On to our final race, penultimate race even. The three-year-old handicap over a mile, just four of them going to post for this one. Here's number one for the Ladies' Day 22nd June handicap, and that is Comedian Leader, looking to give Gail Kellaway a second winner of the night. Billy Loughnane taking the ride, taking off that £6 penalty picked up for the win at Southwell last time out. Extra furlong to go here, but given the way that she finished off last time out, that is likely a positive. The red hood is on in the paddock once again. It's kept her nice and relaxed. Number two is Rebel Angel, who was behind the favourite last time out and looking to reverse that length and three-quarter defeat with a little bit of a pull at the weights. Mark Usher's charge now ridden by Aidan Keeley, who claims the £5. Then we drop back one more to number four. That is Twilight Jazz for Mick Appleby. His yard in red-hot form, on the target again this afternoon at Newcastle. Twilight Jazz showed much improved form last time out. As a result of that, the handicapper booted her up £13, so she's down as entering off a mark of 38, but she has gone up a good chunk since then, having finished second to the subsequent winner, Tollerton Forest, and it was definitely an improved effort last time out. That is all three of them in the paddock ahead of our next.
All runners here and to pick apart, and Comedian Leader has got another opportunity to back up that win at Southwell just 6 days ago when she got the better of Rebel Angel, George, and Gail Kellaway's got her horses in great order. She said earlier she could run the cat and that would win. I think that's a big benefit here, and with the £6 penalty, looks well in here.
Well, actually, since being reassessed is not that well in. It's £2 wrong. Obviously, they're negating some of the penalty with Billy Loughnane claiming the £6 penalty for that victory 6 days ago. Rebel Angel is weighted to be bang upsides Comedian Leader and slightly better off. And Marcus is obviously seeing what Gay's up to and is claiming off Rebel Angel with Aidan Keeley. It's interesting who you think the step up of furlong is going to suit better. Comedian Leader, who travelled pretty well from a rear position last time at Southwell, and Rebel Angel, who was a bit more of a grinder and stuck at it under Daniel Musket on that occasion. I felt that Rebel Angel will be ridden forward. There's no confirmed pace in this. I know it's only a small field, but I would have thought Rebel Angel could potentially make the running, and that might just be good enough to turn it around with Comedian Leader. Yeah,
we saw different tactics here. When she was second, she was held up and she was given plenty to do this on this occasion. Do you see her being given slightly different tactics tonight? I just think the way she ground it out at Southwell, she looked like she was going to be fourth and did very well to finish second, to an impressive winner on the evening at Southwell. But I just feel that they're learning all the time about her, and they just might ride a little bit more forward if they can do from stall 4, which just gives them options. Are out on the wing a little bit, so they can sort of shape the race they want. They've got nothing on their outside, so they can come over in their own gradual fashion, and with a small field it makes life much easier. Yeah, she was beaten that day by Evelicat, who I thought was unlucky the next time that she ran with credit to sort of stack up the form, and obviously that was just a claimer, but Rebel Angel went on and got close to Comedian Leader. What about the others? Twilight Jazz, just a second just 7 days ago, and for her, she's got the lowest weight of them all in here.
Yeah, that was over the extended 9.5 furlongs at Wolverhampton last time, and stayed on well late on. What probably didn't have the smoothest trip. Theodore Ladd, who retains the ride this evening, went to go up the rail and had to switch out off heels. Is interestingly up £4 for future races as of Saturday, and again just looks the type that Mick Appleby's working out, and has reached a level where a win's around the corner. But I think this is probably a competitive enough 46 to 55 handicap.
Yeah, it's trappy, isn't it? And tactically, it could be. We saw in the last race, Jason Hart sort of bossing it from the front a little bit, which has really been sort of the story for the majority of the races tonight.
Yeah, I think there's a good opportunity for one of the riders to step up and keep things straightforward, rolling along. And tactically, it's going to be important to see. But I'm sure Billy Loughnane will just want to take a lead off something on Comedian Leader and keep things smooth. But I just think there's an opportunity for Aidan Keeley on Rebel Angel to roll along, keep his filly nice and fluent, and she'll be seen to good effect over the mile. OK,
can Rebel Angel reverse the form with Comedian Leader, Billy Loughnane in the plate there, Aidan Keeley on board Rebel Angel, James Bradley also in here, son of See the Stars, who probably hasn't lived up to pedigree expectations as much for Charlie Wallace and Luke Morris, but in here and hoping to gain his first win, and Twilight Jazz completes the field now. Comedian Leader 5 to 6, Rebel Angel 3 to 1, Twilight Jazz 9 to 2, and James Bradley 17 to 2. They're just making their way round now, and I think Comedian Leader for me, I'm happy to give that one an opportunity to back up that win last time for Gay Kellaway, who's in good order. Right, let's head over to Chris and see what he thinks.
Yeah, tactically will be an interesting race, this one. I wonder whether Twilight Jazz might go forward. Obviously improved, ridden with some restraint last time out at Wolverhampton, but with little pace on, I thought that was a possible one to go forward. As George said, Rebel Angel sort of ground the race out last time out, but couldn't quite match Comedian Leader. I thought Comedian Leader looked the one to beat, really. Well enough on top at the line last time out. That was over 7, up to a mile. I thought the way that she hit the line looked like it would probably suit, and Billy Loughnane's £7, he's very good value for that at the moment, isn't he? And, you know, he's made a good impression. I think it probably helped him that it took him maybe 15 or 20 rides, something like that, 10, 15, to get off the mark, because once he did get off the mark, he's kept on firing them in, and just helps to get that little bit more experience and get a few extra rides on the board before his claim is whittled down, because he is rattling through the first bit of it fairly swiftly. I suspect that it will want to be protected to some degree for the turf season, but he's got a good chance here on Comedian Leader. Rebel Angel, slight pull at the weights, looking to reverse that form. Twilight Jazz, much improved effort last time out, and he's actually the one that's well in off the revised hat marks. The Comedian Leader went up less than the penalty, just £4, so actually a couple of pound wrong here, but does seem to have an obvious chance for a yard. That are in red hot form and looking for a double. Last one goes in.
Rebel Angel, the last into the stalls for the Ladies' Day 22nd of June handicap. A mile is the trip. Twilight Jazz restrained on jumping out. The other three jumped more or less in line, and it is Rebel Angel on the outside of James Bradley, who set just a steady pace through this first furlong or so. They lead a couple of lengths clear from Comedian Leader in the pink jacket on the inside of Twilight Jazz, who started slowly, but the pace has not really been that strong through the first quarter mile, and Aidan Keeley decides to go on with things now on Rebel Angel after 3 furlongs. Still rather waiting in front, however, not pressing on, with James Bradley in second place, horse in the red with the black sleeves and the white cap. Length and a half to Comedian Leader, who takes the trail in third, and Twilight Jazz under Theodore Ladd is last of the quartet as they make their way down the back straight, and we are heading towards the final 5 furlongs. Rebel Angel, who crossed over to take the lead after around about a furlong or so, still has that advantage over in second James Bradley. Comedian Leader under Billy Loughnane in the pink jacket sits in third, and Twilight Jazz, Theodore Ladd just pushing along slightly as the pace does now begin to lift round the home turn. Rebel Angel has been able to dictate the pace that he desires. In second place, pushed along James Bradley, waiting in the wings, Comedian Leader. Will be just looking to get a gap between the front two as they straighten. Rebel Angel staying to the inside, Comedian Leader trying to challenge in the pink jacket. On the outside, James Bradley is still there as well. Twilight Jazz is struggling to get on terms. 3 wide with a furlong to go. On the outside, it is James Bradley who's finding plenty. Comedian Leader on the inner behind these Rebel Angel, but it's the outside of the quartet, James Bradley, who's in front, and a welcome winner for Charlie Wallace. In the hands of Luke Morris, James Bradley beat Comedian Leader, Rebel Angel, and Twilight Jazz was last to 4.
Outsider of 4 takes the penultimate race of the night. Done it again. But James Bradley wins for Charlie Wallace. As Richard said, welcome winner for the stable. Luke Morris, the man aboard. He was aboard Comedian Leader when she was successful at Southwell last time out, and he's on the winner tonight. He's having another good winter, is Luke. And 7-1, James Bradley has managed to win here, showing improved form from anything that he's managed previously, this son of Sea the Stars. He comes down the outside, not the best away. Twilight Jazz never able to get into the race and readily enough left behind. Comedian Leader had every chance to get into it over on that far rail. You don't see loads of winners coming there, but don't necessarily think it's a hugely disadvantaged part of the track. I think it's just the way that races play out to some extent, and has flattened out a little bit late on up in trip, whereas James Bradley has seen it out strongly under Luke Morris.
Yes, certainly, and this